I don't remember exactly what happened, but I do remember what happened. So let me explain what I mean. I remember the first time that I was disciplined by Uncle Clive, and I use those words actually loosely because it wasn't, remember with my father, he would let us stick our hands out and he would just hit us in our hand. But for Uncle Clive, his idea of discipline, it was that he had this very thick belt and he would beat the living shit out of you. You would have wales on your hand, you would have cut marks on your body. He was a fucking animal. And so the neighbors actually called him Hitler. And the reason why the neighbors call him Hitler, because we asked the neighbor one day, he says, well, why do you call him Hitler? He says, because I can always tell when that guy is home. He says, all you hear is those kids crying and wailing in pain over there. And so he would like throw my cousin of Shakira like a tennis ball and hit her before she landed on the ground. He would, I remember stepping over a piece of napkin on the floor. I didn't actually see it, but all I would remember is those big, thick sausage finger hands from working the bauxite plant slap up the back of my head. You see that piece of paper, pick it up. Now, I know a lot of people may have stories like that. Older people says, oh, my parents hit me. But that's not the same thing. This was not like a one-off situation. This was a continuum of week after week of him doing that every time he was home. He was so abusive that I remember being around him and walking by him one day and forgetting how to walk. And I remember being in the room with him watching TV one day, and there was just something on the TV, I don't even know what it was. And he was just like slap up the back of my head. I was seeing stars. He's like, what are you looking at? So that was like, he was a fucking animal. And, and you would just get hit for no reason. And with anything. Because I remember him grabbing a brush and beating the living hell out of me with it as well. So this guy just, I think part of the issue was as an adult looking back, if I had to guess, would be that, he was living this normal family life. I don't know what the family life was and the dynamics before that. But when we got there, he was resentful of us being there, and he, I guess, just was angry and decided that he wasn't gonna miss out on an opportunity to beat the living shit out of us, which he did, and he did it a lot. And he was a very proper guy, so he would, if you said the wrong, if you said bad grammar, he would correct you sternly about it. He wanted everything to look perfect to the outside world as if he had it all together. But he didn't. He was it's hard to fully explain all the different level of beatings that we got along the way. When you speak of Uncle Clive and my family, people do think of him as Hitler, just like the neighbor said, and that he really was an animal who really abused the living hell out of us constantly.